Welcome back, and today I have for you my top 12 EDC fixed blades that are very high value. Most of them are under $60. We got one a little bit above that. These two right here did not make the list. I tested every single one of these, and unfortunately the cold steel tack would have probably made it if they would have made this one in their AUS 10 steel. But this one's an ATR. It just didn't hold an edge as good as some of these other ones. And this one didn't make the list because this is the Damascus one, and this one's a lot more expensive. If I would have had the 14C, it would have probably made this list. I will have links to all these down in the description. If you want to help support the channel, that's one way to do so. If not, totally cool. First up, we have the BEAVERCRAFT BSH5 Shadow, and these are made in the Ukraine. They're $35. You got a nice versatile drop point blade, 1060, what is it? 1066 high carbon steel at 5860 Rockwell. It might be a little under that. This one has a black coated finish on it. I think it's like a black oxide. You do have a 90-degree spine that does throw sparks, and it's a very, very comfortable handle on this one. It's bigger than I usually carry. However, this thing's nice and lightweight. The leather sheath is pretty lightweight. It's not the highest quality sheath, but for 35 bucks, I couldn't really complain. This is coming in at 8.2 inches, and like I said, that's usually bigger than I normally carry, but the weight on it just makes it very easy to carry. I usually just drop this one in the pocket. This would make an excellent woods knife, like a Bushcraft EDC knife. It's a good EDC knife. It's just not going to hold an edge as long as some of these other ones. That high carbon is not the best edge holding, but it's very easy to strap back. Now it's like what is it? Like a Saber Scandi or whatever. It's got like your primary, a low primary, and then it does have a secondary bevel, as you can see. Some of theirs are Scandi ground. I sharpened this one up after I did all the testing, and man, it got stupid sharp. Number 11, we have one coming from Holtzman Guerrilla Survival. They make some pretty high quality stuff for a pretty decent price. This one is kind of like a sharp's finger. What is it? The case knife sharp's finger blade. This one's a satin finish. You can also get it in coated D2 steel. Very, very needle-like point for piercing task. It's a 3-finger grip, but it's nice and comfortable. You're nice and locked in. It comes with a nice kydex sheath and a ferro rod. G10 scales that are very comfortable, and it has lime green liners. They have other colors as well. The only thing I don't like about this one is the diamond sharpener they put right here, because I tried to carry this as a neck knife, and that's going to scratch you all up. So I usually take that off with the side grinder. The kydex sheath has good positive retention, no rattle, tons of lashing points, and it's sliced fairly well. It's coming in at $50. At number 10, I picked this one up off of Amazon, and I did not expect much. It's coming from Omesio. It's their little neck knife, basically a mini Nesmith style fixed blade. It's got bolt-on G10 scales, full tank construction, full flat grind, D2 steel, and I can get about a 3.5 finger grip. I have medium-sized hands. If you have large, extra large hands, you'll probably only get a 3-finger grip. Pretty nice and locked in. It's sliced really well, and it held its edge for longer than I expected. It even has a sharpening choil that will give you a cup, maybe a sharpening or two before it starts to widen in the back right here. Excellent for detail work because you can get right down on that tip, and you can get your tip onto whatever you're cutting. Comes with a kydex sheath, but it is very thin kydex. It does snap in and it holds it well, but it has a little rattle to it. It comes with this ball chain. I did try to carry this one as a neck knife this week, but I think I might put an Alti clip on it. Number 9, we have the Off-Grid Knives Hoglet. This one has a cleaver-shaped D2 blade, nice high flat grind. It slices well. The jimping is excellent, and the ergos are outstanding. Very comfortable, thick G10 scales. You do have a lanyard hole there. You have a very, very well done kydex sheath, no rattle. Comes with this belt clip attachment. That's not my favorite way to carry this one. Once again, I usually put an Alti clip on it or a static line cord. It has a nice drainage hole, nice push-off point. This one would have been higher on this list, except it's a little weighty for what I like to carry often, but it's an excellent knife. Number 8, we have the Sencut knives Waxahacie. It's a clip point in 9CR 18 MOV stainless steel. This one's black washed. They also have it non-coated. Very lightweight for its size. These are pretty comfortable. Micarta scales, very comfortable ergos. Extremely pointy tip there. Very bulky. And it slices fairly well also. Excellent Kydex sheath. Nice click. No rattle, tons of lashing points, and I just now took off my paracord. I had this one with a static cord on it and dropped in the pocket, sometimes in the waistband. It is a little bit larger than I like to carry often, but definitely excellent value. For 54 bucks, it's kind of hard to beat. It comes in at 7.88 inches overall, but it's only 4 ounces, so it does get carried quite often, just not as much as some of these others. Number 7, the CRKT John Graham Razel. I did not expect to like this one as much as I do. If you don't know what a Razel is, it's basically a razor mixed with a chisel. It's got a nice hollow grind on here, D2 steel, satin finish, very thick. I don't really understand the chisel part, but I do like that point right there. It's an excellent utility blade shape. Comfortable in hand. Stock is kind of thick, but it still slices well because of that deep hollow grind. You have contoured micarta scales that are very comfortable. You have a lanyard hole. Only reason this one didn't make it higher on my list is because the sheath is just not that great. I do like the clip idea, but it's a very flimsy sheath, and it's definitely, it gets looser and looser the more I carry and use it. So maybe if I could find a better sheath for it, it would make it higher on this list. Nice drainage holes on both sides, tons of lashing points. It does have a nice positive click right now and no rattle, but my smaller ones already loosen up and on me. These last 6 can be swapped around. They're all excellent knives, but right now this is where they're standing for me. This is the Artisan Cutlery Sea Snake, an outstanding fixed blade. It's very thin, very lightweight, compact sheath, nice Kydex. It's in AR RPM 9 stainless steel, which is a budget stainless steel, but it's a powdered metallurgy steel, so it takes a very keen edge. Comfortable, you can choke up, excellent utility blade shape. You can use that point to do drag cuts. Full flat grind, so it's nice and slicey. Contoured G10 scales. They have several different options. Excellent knife, and this thing's only 40 bucks. I'm carrying this one currently with this static line to the belt loop. Number 5, we have the Brisa Enzo Necker 70. Nice drop point blade, full flat ground, 12C27. Outstanding budget steel. It's very corrosion resistant, holds a really good edge, and takes a stupid sharp edge. Comfortable 4-finger grip for me. Comes with a pretty nice leather sheath. I just drop this in the pocket. Sometimes I tie some paracord to it to be able to pull it out of the pocket with the static line on it. And the only reason this one's not higher on this list right now is because the blue jean micarta, which I like the look of, is polished. So it's a little slick in hand, but it's still an awesome knife. I'm probably going to rough this up after this video. I keep saying it, but I forget. To make it a little bit more grippy. It's not terrible, but it would have been a lot better if it wouldn't have been polished. And number 4, we have the Morakniv Eldris with the compound grind. And I didn't put this on my list last time, I think because this is my go-to EDC when I'm going into the woods. But I was pretty surprised on how well this thing performed with the EDC task. It's got a Sandvik stainless steel blade. Like I said, compound grind with a thicker grind back here, slicier up here in the front. Nice bulbous handle that is super comfortable. And this thing slices so well. For such a short little blade, you'd be surprised on how much you could get done with this. It is a little bit bulky because of the thicker handle, but it really fills out the hand nicely. These are dirt cheap. I have a few of these, one in my truck. I have a full size as well. These come in at like 25 bucks. And number 3, we have the Boker Makri. It's a little pocket kukri, and this thing is so cool. I'm carrying it with a 3x3 Alti clip, I think it is, and it works excellent with a pocket carry. This kukri blade is so much versatile than I thought it would be. because I can still get that tip down on stuff to do drag cuts. Then I can use that belly if I need to. Whenever I am slicing this stuff like cardboard, it traps the material and it gets deeper and deeper in that belly, and just so aggressive. Just all the things, all my EDC utility tasks that I use a knife for, this thing shined so well. It's got comfortable contoured G10 scales with a pop of color with those red G10 liners. D2 steel, full tang. And this one would have made it even higher on this list, but it's a little pricey for what it is. This is the most expensive one on this list, and it's coming in at $83. For D2, I don't really see it there, but I still absolutely love it. And if the price doesn't bother you, it's an outstanding little fixed blade. I have a medium-sized hand. I can still get a nice 4-finger grip on it. Large, extra large hands, you're probably going to get a 3.5-finger grip. Huge lanyard hole right here. The sheath is nice. It holds it in, no rattle, but there's no push-off point. So I just kind of put my thumb up there and pull it out. But it does hold it in nicely, especially for being a recurve kukri. Number 2, we have the Joker Knives Avispa. Outstanding, outstanding little knife. It's not the biggest knife in the world. However, it's got a very bulbous handle, so it fills out my hand nicely, and I still get a 4-finger grip on it with my medium-sized hands. You have a nice drop point blade with a full flat grind on it. 14C 28-inch steel, which is one of my favorite budget steels. And this thing came the sharpest out of box than any of these knives by a long shot. Very, very sharp out of box. Slices well. Good grippy jimping there. Only reason this one did not make my number 1 is because this paper micarta, it's not slippery. It's just not as grippy as I would like it to be. I don't know if I could rough this up and make it a little bit more grippy, but still an outstanding knife. Nice thick kydex. It holds it in nicely. Mine has no rattle. I'm carrying it currently with a real steel clip. They used to sell these on Amazon. I don't know if they still do. Hooked to my belt. But I think I'm going to go back to the Alti clip on this one as well. And in my number 1 spot, it had to be the Kizer Baby. Even though it's a little bigger than I normally like at 7.8 inches, it's nice and thin and compact. I'm rocking the 2x2 Alti clip, which doesn't fit on most, but it fits perfect on this one. Got a nice push-off point, nice positive click there, very nice click. And this right here has a full flat ground 154 cm blade that is stupid slicey. Excellent jimping. I can get very close to that edge. Nice sharpening choil. I can get that tip on the things. This thing is so slicey and is still nice and thin. You got contoured G10s, nice and comfortable. This one has a black wash blade. You can also get it in a non-coated with JG10. This thing's only $59. $59. I think it's an outstanding deal. This was coated black right here, but I hit it on something and it kept rubbing it off, so I polished it off, just like all the rest of them. But excellent design. And that is my top 12 best EDC fixed blades under $100, I guess you'd say, or high value. Let me know, do you have any that would be on, that you would put on this list? Let us know down below. I love finding new ones. You know, there's no way I can own them all. But these I have tested thoroughly, and they all impress me, especially for the price tag. In one way or the other, they're just excellent knives. And if you're trying to decide if you want to start carrying an EDC fixed blade, these are some good options to start with, just to see if you like it, and maybe you might find something that's more expensive that you want to move up to later. But this is definitely a great gateway, and for some, this is all you need. You know, these could definitely take care of you for many years to come. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. I hope everybody's having an absolute amazing day. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.